Good morning, good morning, good morning, peeps on the Facebook page and on YouTube. That's right, I'm on YouTube. Look me up on there. I don't know how to find me. Type in Mike Cook, you'll find me. Maybe. I'm just getting started on there, but basically I'm sharing these videos onto YouTube now. Good morning, how you doing? This is Mike Cook coming to you live from Central Missouri. It is approximately 8 after 11 on 9/24. We got breaking news. We got stuff happening. We got riots. We got mayhem. Isn't it great to live in America? As you're jumping on, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I can't see your comments. I can't see you jump on unless you comment. And I'm going to talk about what's breaking in the news and not Louisville. I'm sure you've all seen that. I'm sure you've all seen a bunch of them. I might talk about that in a couple days. I've talked about the orchestration that's involved. I don't know if you guys seen the video of the U-Haul truck unloading supplies to the rioters because it's spontaneous. But anyways, I'm moving on. I'm going to talk about Russia. I'm going to talk about Russiagate. For the last 3 years, we've heard nothing but Russia, Russia, Russia. Trump colluded with Russia. Trump is evil. Trump is trying to steal this election that he won with Putin's help. And even now, they're bringing up again that Putin and Russia are commingling with each other. Our Trump and Putin are trying to steal the election again. It's all Russia, Russia, Russia. Nancy Pelosi says we're going to impeach him again. Have you ever dealt with somebody who was on drugs like meth or something, or somebody that was on, pain pills and just popping pills all the time, stealing pills or whatever? Have you ever dealt with somebody who was a little narcissistic and had some issues with the truth? Have you ever dealt with somebody that everything that they are, they project onto everybody else in order to protect themselves? That when they're stealing or they're doing drugs, or how about somebody who's cheating on their spouse? The first thing they do is turn around and blame the spouse. Have you ever noticed that? You ever dealt with that before? That's what we're dealing with today. Exactly that right now. Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton were the experts of projecting who they were on their enemies. They accused other people of sexual discretion problems, while Bill Clinton was getting Lewinsky's in the office with cigars, if you know what I mean. Hillary Clinton accuses everybody else of being evil. Hillary Clinton accuses everybody else of stealing money. Hillary Clinton kills everybody else of a cover-up, a right-wing conspiracy, while she's deleting 33,000 emails. Have you ever noticed how that works? Well, I'm going to show you the biggest of the biggest of the biggest that there ever was, because there was Russian collusion. Absolutely 100% proven Russian collusion. As you know, it's breaking news, if you've been paying attention, that the Senate had been doing investigations into Hunter Biden and his connections with Burisma. Have you heard of Burisma? There's a whole lot to this. Bear with me. I'm going to go through the article. I'm going to talk about some stuff, and I'm going to wrap it all up in a nice little bow tie to show how the Democrats are projecting who they are onto Trump. The article that I got is from the New York Post, but you can read it in the New York Times. You can read it in the Wall Street Journal. You can read it in Washington Post. You can read it anywhere, but this is from the New York Post. Just happen to be the ones I pulled up. Doesn't really matter. It talks about the Senate report that came out, and in that report, Hunter Biden, they claim Hunter Biden received $3.5 million in wire transfers from Elena Baturina, Baturina, Where's my Russian friends? I don't know how to pronounce that. She's the richest woman in Russia and the widow of Yuri Luzhenskov, Luzhenskov. Why can't they name these people John Smith? Anyways, he was a former mayor of Moscow. Baturina became Russia's only female billionaire when her plastic company, Intico, received a series of Moscow municipal contracts while her husband was mayor. What do you know? They have corruption in Russia. Surprise, surprise. Anyways, the probe found that Baturina sent 11 wire transfers between May and December 2015 to a bank account belonging to BK USA, a tech startup that filed for bankruptcy in March 2019. It is principal owned by Rosemont Seneca Partners, which was an investment firm founded by Hunter Biden, the son of then Vice President Joe Biden, and Chris Hines, the stepson of former Secretary of State John Kerry, while he was Secretary of the State. Before being transferred to BK USA, the money went from the Russian oligarch to Rosemont Seneca Partners to BK USA, which was owned by the investment firm that was owned by Hunter Biden and Chris Hines. BK USA was a startup company headquartered in Buffalo, New York, that produced tablet computers in cooperation with unnamed Chinese business partners. So far, in just 3 paragraphs, we have Russia tied to Putin because the former mayor of Moscow was a Putinese. You don't become the mayor of Moscow if you're not friends with Putin. I'm just saying. We have Burisma, we have, which is Ukraine, and we have Chinese. So far, that's what Hunter Biden's tied up in, okay? He's receiving money from them. Understand, Hunter Biden got kicked out of the military for doing drugs. He's a playboy and a stoner. He has no experience whatsoever anywhere at all, ever, other than what I just said. And collecting money all over the world while his daddy was vice president of the United States of America. Russia. The same people who went after Trump, making stuff up because they couldn't find anything, all the while trying to cover up their own indiscretion with Russia. But wait, there's more. It keeps going. So unnamed Chinese partners. BK USA filed bankruptcy in March 29, 2019 with a reported loss of $39 million. The transactions were identified because of Barterina's reported criminal activity. That's why it was flagged. That's how come we found out about it. The investigation work found that in 2015, 2 Obama administration officials voiced concerns to White House officials about the possibility that younger Biden, serving on the board of Burisma in the Ukraine, could create the appearance of a conflict of interest, as his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, oversaw Ukraine policy. We've all seen the video. With Joe Biden bragging about the prosecutor and that you're not going to get the $1 billion unless you fire the prosecutor. Remember that video? Yeah. What was that prosecutor looking into? Why did he want him fired? Why was he so bad? He's a terrible person. Terrible person. He had ties to Russia and Putin. We need to get rid of that guy. What was he looking into? He was looking into Burisma and their ties to Hunter Biden and why Hunter Biden was on. What does Burisma do? Does anybody know? Can you raise your hand if you know what Burisma does? They do fracking. They get oil and natural gas out of the ground in the Ukraine and Europe by fracking. That's what Burisma does. So you have Hunter Biden receiving up to $50,000 a month from Burisma while his father is vice president and while that administration was trying to destroy fracking in this country. Could there be a profit motive there? Could it be that maybe this administration didn't want fracking in this country because they were getting paid by a Russian oligarch who wanted to corner the market on fracking? No, that's ridiculous. That can't be it. That's not it. Because Joe Biden, Uncle Joe, he's as clean and clear as a wind. He would never do anything like that. He even took on Corn Pop. That's right. Took on Corn Pop with a chain. Corn Pop had a knife. And then they became best friends. It's amazing. He's an angel, Joe Biden. He would never his son did that. He didn't do that. He didn't know anything about it. That was his son. That wasn't him. You know, it's against the law for the vice president to take money. But conveniently, after Obama became president, they changed the law so that to immediate family members, it's not illegal. Rudy Giuliani says just the other day that there's more tapes, at least 4 more tapes. He also said in an offhand comment in an interview that if he ever goes against Russia, if he becomes president and he ever goes against China, they will sue him for their money back. Hunter Biden flew over on Air Force 2 to China with his daddy when he was vice president and come back with billions of dollars in contracts. I mean, because, you know, Hunter Biden is good at smoking cocaine or crack cane or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't do that crap. And he served in the military till they kicked him out. So he's got plenty of experience to go over and make billion-dollar contracts in China. But I digress, you know, because Joe Biden, he's clean and pure as the wind-driven snow. He's never done it. He's from Scranton, don't you know? Hunter formed significant and consistent financial relationships with the founder of Burisma, Mykola John Smith, okay, that guy. Zlochevsky. Z-Sky, that guy. Why can't they name these guys something better? And that his and his business partner, Devon Archer, look that name up, just Google and see who that guy is. Firms made millions of dollars from the association while Hunter Biden's father was vice president of the United States and in charge of the point man for Ukraine while we were trying to get rid of fracking in this country. But that's just a coincidence because Joe Biden is pure and clean as the wind-driven snow. He would never do anything bad. The committees also obtained records from the U.S. Treasury that show that potential criminal activity related to the transactions among and between Hunter Biden, his family, and associates with the Ukrainian, Russian, Pakistanis, and Chinese nationals. So now we have Pakistan in there too, and I don't even know what that's about. How many? So maybe we should ask what countries weren't paying Hunter Biden. Maybe that would be an easier question because Hunter Biden was receiving money from just about everybody on the planet. And I can't tell you, what country didn't pay Hunter Biden? That's the question that I have. So, you know, I'm looking for something here. I apologize. So the records also indicate one other thing here. And they indicate that Hunter Biden and the money that he received also, let me pull it back up here as I just lost it. Here it is. The records also indicate and note that some of these transactions were linked to what appears to be Eastern European prostitution and human trafficking. I mean, have you been watching the news lately? Have you been seeing what's going on? I mean, hashtag Me Too and all that. We're in a mess. These people are going around doing their thing. These people are going around blaming Trump for everything they have done. Could you imagine if it wasn't Hunter Biden that all this came out of? Could you imagine if this was, I don't know, Donald Trump Jr. or Ivanka? Could you imagine? What would be the media's response to that? They'd be going ballistic. MSNBC would have a nuclear bomb. Rachel Maddow would be crying on air. How could you do this to our country? Oh, I love our country. Oh. It's the only place where a man like me can get a job. I mean, a woman. But it just seems like they don't really care because Joe Biden's as clean as pure as the wind-driven snow. He's never done anything wrong. Yes, I'll tell you what Joe Biden's biggest problem was. He didn't form a foundation like, you know, Bill Gates, where by law you only have to give 5% of your foundations to whatever charitable thing you want. The rest of the money could just sit in there and not pay taxes on and be hidden from the government. You know, other politicians have done it. like, I don't know, maybe Hillary Clinton, the Clinton Foundation, billions and billions of dollars from all over the country. See, it's illegal to donate to the Clinton campaign if you're a foreign government, but you could donate to their foundation to help with their charity work, like paying for their daughter's wedding. So if Joe Biden had formed a, I don't know, foundation, put Hunter in charge of it, no big deal. But then again, the rules only apply to those who choose to follow the rules. This is why they're so desperate to get this man into office and get Trump out, because people are going to go to jail over this. Hunter Biden's in serious jeopardy of going to jail if it's ever prosecuted. Of course, if Biden becomes president, who cares? Moving on. Trump bad. Orange man bad. Joe Biden, pure, clean as wind. Never done anything wrong. Never. I have one more question I want to ask you, Joe Biden. Hey, Joe, you probably paying. Look right here. Look at my eyes right here. I have a question for you. Where were you? Where were you when the 4 people and the ambassador to Libya lost their life in Benghazi? Where were you that night? What did you know? When did you know it? Serious question. I'd like to know the answer to that. Maybe in the debate somebody will ask it. They'll probably blame Trump for that. Anyways, hey, if you like my videos, share them. I appreciate you watching. You guys have a great day. And it's going to get real interesting, batten down the hatches, because 40 days to the election, new Supreme Court justice, it's going to get nasty. You guys have a great day.